Breaker Alpha Foxtrot, this is the Wizard. Do you read me, Sitting Duck? No, Sly, I'm the Wizard, and you're Sitting Duck. No, I'm... Forget it, you're not taking this seriously. Well, I've established myself in the basement, and I'm pretty sure I can rewire the service elevator if you can power it up from that security station.
Presto, all clear. Oh, this operation is far from complete. Now that the lasers and spotlights are offline, Murray should be moving into position for your rendezvous. I'll stay here and provide computer support while you go on ahead.
According to my information, the clockwork parts are being stored up there. Now, to get access, you're going to have to meet up with Murray at the rendezvous point. Unfortunately, the route through the garden is filled with guards. If memory serves, you need to jump and hit the circle button to run along ropes.
This wasn't part of the plan.
I share in your enthusiasm, but before we hit the inside, we'll need to do a little reconnaissance work. I've installed this special antenna on the safe house to help with our first job, hacking into Dimitri's satellite array. The coordinates for the job start beacon have been uploaded to your binocucom. Make your way to this position, and I'll give you a full briefing on our objective. Sly, I need you to hack into Dimitri's communication array so that we'll have access to his database. To start, you'll need to get to the top of that tower. Then reposition the satellite dish to point at my safe house antenna. If you want to climb on stuff, jump and hit the circle button to grab hold. Try climbing up that pipe. Nice work, Sly. I'm downloading from Dimitri's mainframe as we speak. Your next job is to break into the nightclub and take some reconnaissance photos of the clockwork tail feathers. To get inside, you'll have to sneak through an old wine cellar beneath town. I just intercepted an email from Dimitri. He's ordered his guards to ring the boat's bell when the coast is clear. Of that, I'm uncertain. Ring the bell and follow him without being seen. Then maybe we'll find out what he's hiding. Sly, I managed to outfit this forged painting with a bug. I need you to sneak into Dimitri's office and swap it with the original. Yes, I thought things might go more smoothly with an ear on the inside. Just be careful with the fine art. Take any damage and the painting's ruined. The schematic indicates that door is locked from the inside. Swell, because the indirect approach is way up there through that air vent. Murray, I need you to make your way back to the aqua pump room and sabotage it. You should be able to break that power box by throwing something at it. Press the circle button to use your stomp move near the ice machine to pick up a block of ice. Then press the square button to throw the block at the power box. Okay, Murray. That alarm horn will tip off Dimitri during our heist. There are 3 of them out here, and I need you to take them out. This is going to take some serious muscle, Murray. You're the only guy on the team who can pull this off. Stomp to pick things up, then throw it at those alarm horns. Good luck, pal. This could get rough.
Fine, I'm just fine. I just need to bomb all the pillars supporting that disco ball and I can get out of here. Its impact will shake the nightclub's front peacock side loose from its mooring. Look, I can't talk now. I've got to keep moving. Keep safe.
Okay, Sly. There's the power boxes which route to the printing press area. To take care of them, I'll need you to put a splice clip in those spotlights. They can be slowed down from this control panel, but you'll have to do a lot of pickpocketing to get at it. The guards are carrying special fragile keys that will be destroyed if you attack. Make sure you pickpocket their keys before you take those thugs out. Sly, the water pressure to the fountain should be disabled.
Behold the majesty of gravity and inertia. Okay, you jump in, grab the clockwork tail feathers, and we're out of here.
With the drawbridge up, the only way across that river is on those conical rocks. Do you remember how to spire jump? That's correct. Now let's see it in action. I figured out how to sneak in above the ballroom without being detected. The only problem is there's no way to climb up to that balcony door. Sly, Murray and I can't get inside the palace unless you lower the drawbridge. Key guards have recently taken up positions around the palace. Sneak in, pick all of their pockets, and bring the keys back to the lockdown winch. Thanks, Sly. Now Murray and I can access the palace grounds. Sorry, Sly. Somehow I totally overlooked the need for formal wear. That guy's not going to let you in without a tuxedo. Try the guest house. Someone may have overpacked. Oh, well, I recommend searching all the rooms. It's statistically probable that each should hold at least one portion of a tuxedo. This isn't an exact science. Ransack the place until you find part of a tuxedo. Your tuxedo disguise is working perfectly. No one will recognize you in that outfit. Now, during the heist, you'll need to dance with Carmelita to keep both her and the crowd distracted. The only problem is she's picky about dance partners, so you'll need to impress her first. That chopper is a menace to all future aerial operations while on this job. Now, be a team player and take it out with that rusty pre-war turret. Good work! The sky's all clear!
I'm in position with the RC chopper. All systems are go to neutralize their surface-to-air defenses. We're going to need free reign of the sky during the heist.
Sly, we need to find a way to get Rajan's prize elephants out of their pen. A job well done, Sly. Now comes the hard part. I need you to snatch the headdress jewels worn by both elephants. The jewels are firmly embedded, so keep whacking at them with your cane to knock one loose. Murray's rotund features prevent him from fitting through the drain pipe, so we'll need you to unlock the vault room from the inside. I've heard through a reliable source that the guards keep the vault combination written beneath one of their break tables. That's the idea. Try another table. It's here somewhere. Fantastic. Now, type the code into the vault's laser door entrance.
Let's get down to brass tacks. I need to hack both the vault room computers to get control of the electronic winch above the ballroom. The second I enter their servers, they'll be on to us. You guys need to work together to keep the thugs off my back. I'm unstoppable! I've got control of the winch. Thanks for the backup, guys. Murray, let's hook up the direct feed and get out of here while the coast is clear. It doesn't take an engineer to figure out how to blow up a bridge. I'll start by placing charges on all of the lower cleats. Once the structure destabilizes, those retainer rings on the upper cleats should pop right off. That should enable me to bomb all of the upper cleats, which will bring it all crashing down.
Sneak into the temple and take some recon photos so I can assess the situation. Just be careful. If you get hurt, the nearest hospital is 106 miles from here. According to my map of the area, there should be a hidden passage into the temple behind that waterfall. Bingo, you found the spice-growing facility. Now, from what I know of photosynthesis, all the expensive equipment should be found at the top of this room. That access tube should get you up there. Rajan is able to monitor all of our communications out here with that elephant-driven satellite array. Don't I always? Now, the local spice plants are illegal for good reason. Eat too many and you'll go into a fit of uncontrolled rage. A crude interpretation of the plan, but accurate. The trick here is harvesting the spice plants. You'll have to do some serious climbing, as they only grow high up in the jungle canopy. Sly, the insect in that pool is a rare Indian water bug. If you can carry it into Rajan's office, its wings will transmit local sound waves at a frequency I can monitor. It is an elegant plan, I agree. Now pay attention. That water bug can only survive in stagnant pools. If kept out of water too long, it'll become unhappy and likely draw the attention of local guards.
As I expected, Rajan is out for his daily tour of the operation. My sources claim he always carries 3 blueprints on him, which, when read together, tell you everything about his spice operation. Unfortunately, my sleep darts aren't powerful enough to affect Rajan. Rajan has an insatiable appetite for Indian watermelons, which, if eaten whole, will force even him to nod off for a while. Once he's asleep, I'll creep in and lift the blueprints. I've equipped my sleep darts with a sonic disruptor. The strange sounds they make should be enough to lead the ever-curious Rajan from place to place. My research indicates that tigers have an aversion to water. By destroying that dam, the temple will be filled with a runoff. You're correct. Fortunately, while monitoring the bug in Rajan's office, I overheard that a new autopilot attack helicopter had just arrived. It's sitting inside this truck.
According to Rajan's blueprints, you're near the spice grinding facility. However, the passage is blocked by those laser fences. Oh, it's simple. Just jump in, walk the barrel to your target, jump out, and get clear of the blast radius. But be careful around floor lasers, Sly. The TNT barrels won't work on them. Rajan won't come out of hiding while spice is still being manufactured. If we destroy the grinder, he'll be out of business and have no reason to stick around the temple. Start by getting a hold of that TNT down there. It's worth mentioning that guards won't be able to detect you if you stay still while in the TNT barrel. Place the explosive near that grinding wheel, and it'll be blown to bits. In order to lower the clockwork heart, you'll need access to that control box, but it's locked down tight. We've been contracted to acquire that huge ruby of Rajan's for a local crime ring. In exchange for the goods, they'll set us up with a Cherry Bomb 500 for the heist. Trust me, we'll need it. To get that ruby free from its moorings, you might have to whack it a few times with your cane. Murray, you're on. Sly's knocked the ruby loose, and now we need your muscle to get it to the buyers. All clear from my position. How are you coming on that lever, Murray? Sly, can you read me? Save the jocular comments for later. Do you see that hook above the train? It's your only means of escape. Jump and hit the circle button to grab hold. Then swing on to the back of the train. I've already established a safe house and downloaded its GPS coordinates into your binocucom. We'll rendezvous there. Don't I always? Oh, well, you know the old saying, if you can't count on a friend to bust you out of jail, what kind of a friend are they? Okay, Sly, in order to get Murray out, we'll need him to get thrown into solitary confinement. That pipe will lead you to his cell block. Try to locate him and relate the plan. After that, it's all up to Murray. To get at Murray, I'll need you to steal 2 tank keys and the tank patrol schedule off of the Contessa. This is going to be tougher than you think. The Contessa's no fool. Since your escape, she never goes anywhere without bodyguards. You'll have to take them out one by one in order to get close to her. Sly, those giant pipes under the bridge feed power to the prison's security systems. I'll need to cut the connection to free Murray. As you know, the bridge is heavily guarded. That's correct. That's true. To fool the guards, you'll need to break those statues and take their place. That's also correct. Sly, I need your help getting a handle on the Contessa's encryption algorithm. All right, I'll explain it to you one piece at a time. See that security station? The guard nearby is responsible for its upkeep. First, I'll need you to pickpocket his key to the terminal. Then use it on the security station to set off the alarm. Yeah, set it off, then clear out as the guard's sure to come running. Once he sees that it's a false alarm, he'll input the code to turn it off. Move to a safe place and get a clean shot of that digital readout. That's right. Once I've got a large enough sample of the Contessa's codes, I should be able to crack her encryption algorithm. Just take the pictures. I'll handle the rest. Okay, Sly, that's it. The Contessa's giant attack robot. Don't be fooled. That's what she wants you to think. If we try to free Murray while that thing is operational, why... I'm serious, Sly. The lightning rods around the prison are designed to draw lightning strikes away from the water tower. Giant attack robot. By turning the wheels on the rod, you should be able to redirect the electrical current away from its ground wire, rendering it useless. Follow the lightning strikes to locate all 5 rods. That's an accurate summation.
Well, that should be the guard's control center, but to be honest, I'm not sure how you're going to get up there. Most of the security went down when we cut the power on the bridge, but a few lights seem to have a backup generator. Be careful. Success! We've got access to solitary confinement. Oh, that looks bad. I've never seen Murray like this. You said Murray was being forced to eat spice, right? Well, he's weirded out all right. I doubt he even knows we're here. Clearly, we're going to have to lure him out of that cell the hard way. Those hypno boxes are designed to heighten the effects of spice, and he's already in an agitated state. So if we turn them all on at the same time, Murray's sure to become wildly hostile and probably break down the door. The power switches are all defended by laser barriers. When you get close, I'll hack the laser system from my terminal down here. That should give you access. Just take a few deep breaths and try to center your thoughts.
Okay, here's the plan. First, take some recon photos around the area. Then make your way up to the re-education tower. Oh, and stay clear of tanks. You know, so you don't get blown up into little sticky pieces. I don't think they've seen you. Take a few photos and get out of there. There's nothing you can do now. Get the recon photos and come back to the safe house. I swear, we'll find a way to help her. Hey, Murray, can you see the General from there? Don't let his appearance fool you. That's General Clawfoot, and he's one of the toughest old soldiers you'll ever see. Not to mention head of castle security. Oh, don't worry about that. He's only afraid of 2 things, fire and water. Other than that, you couldn't hurt him if you wanted to. He might even come in handy along the way, as a projectile.
Well, well, General Clawfoot, we've got a lot to talk about. You wouldn't by chance know the security codes to the castle gates, Don't feel like talking, huh? How about a little of this? Talk, you scoundrel! That's it. I knew she'd have a bad mojo collector to transport the overflow. It's a semi-magical device that sucks up bad mojo. I'll need it to gather the runoff from these spouts. Not really. Bad mojo is a powerfully dark force. Take any damage while carrying that collector and you're done for. Yes, it presents an interesting tactical challenge. Perhaps I could use the death traps native to these crypts against any foe that might attempt to thwart my collection of the ectoplasm. Precisely. Once all 4 cylinders of the collection device are full, that should be enough black magic to destroy the Mind Shuffler.
All right, Sly, there's your new objective. Sneak inside and smash the coffin of the evil wolf priestess. Weren't you listening? She was an evil wolf priestess. Once you smash the coffin, it'll free all the ghosts trapped in there with her. I've modified the imager in your binocucom to capture ghosts. Not to worry, it's only a short-term confinement. Gather all the ghosts, then set them free down the chimney of Neela's headquarters. Correct. If I did my math right, and I always do my math right, Neela should respond to the assault by purchasing more firepower.
According to General Clawfoot, a mobile energy source is stored at the end of this hallway. Yes, well, while the idea of jumping down a crypt filled with whirling, razor-sharp spikes might scare me, in fact terrorize my every fiber. It's the only way to power up that old computer in the re-education tower. Without that thing online, we'll never get at the Clockwork Eyes or free Carmelita. Why'd you have to say that?
The Contessa plans on taking control of Neela's army by fooling them with a prototype voice modulation device. To get the thing working, she'll have to jack it into the satellite connection beneath Neela's headquarters. You'll have to steal a few keys here and there to get access to the more secure areas of the castle. First, steal a wiretap and the voice modulator. Then head for the sewers beneath Neela's headquarters. Splice in the wiretap, then attach the voice modulator. I'll broadcast from the safe house to make sure it works. This is going to be so cool.
That should do it. Just make sure to grab the rope hanging off that thing. I don't want to drown. Affirmative. That Iron Tech 250 is a fully integrated system. Access to Carmelita's restraints has to be in this old terminal somewhere. She is rather truculent. Stand clear, Sly. This might have a larger blast than anticipated. This is no place for an asthmatic. But I've located one of the Clockwork Eyes. Can you find the other? But the plan! This wasn't in the plan!
That cabin may seem rustic, but don't be fooled. It's the control center for Jean Bison's trade empire. Sneak inside and raid his files. You're sure to find out where he keeps his clockwork parts. You're in luck. Before Jean Bison took over, this used to be a popular destination for rock climbers. Some of their old wall hooks are still around. That's right. And remember to lean back before you spring off the hook. You'll get more altitude. Jackpot, Sly! That's Jean Bison. Just stay out of sight and take a picture of each of his trade routes. They should narrow our search for his share of the clockwork parts. Armed with all 3 blueprints, we should be able to isolate and track the Iron Horse trains through that satellite dish. Sly, it's awful. I can't believe it. Murray, he went out looking for a snack and got captured by Inspector Fox. But I don't know where she's locked up Murray. I'm used to having all the facts. Okay, that's a good plan. Just don't get caught too. I don't want to be alone again. Okay, Sly, we need to break into the Iron Horse trains, but the only way in, through the caboose, is locked. To blow the locks off, you'll need to collect the ultra-unstable denatured spice gas from those balloons floating above town. Murray's already commandeered this ice plane. Jump on its strut, and he'll fly you up to a good paragliding altitude. Oh, and strap on a special vacuum backpack. It'll automatically collect the spice gas after you've popped a balloon. Once you've collected enough gas, you'll have to land directly on the train's caboose. Denatured spice gas is very unstable at lower altitudes. Unless you land on the caboose, you won't have time to get the gas tank to the lock before it blows up. That's correct. Chemistry can be a harsh mistress.
I see it. It's moving awfully fast.
We'll need this handcar to chase down Iron Horse number 3. But for the time being, it's all fenced in. The metal's too resilient for my bombs or your muscle. No, for this job, we're going to have to rely on a stronger force. The love of a mother for her child. Yes, I've had the good fortune of locating 2 juvenile bear cubs. If you put them together inside that fence, they'd surely start fighting. Bears at that age are particularly antisocial. Noise from the squabbles should bring their mother around to free the angry youths. That's correct.
We'll get the job done, provided I can catch up with that train.
Sly, the second Iron Horse train is coming too fast. You might not have time to jump on top.
You're on, Sly. Break into that train and steal the clockwork stomach. Get creeped out later when we aren't riding an antique handcar at breakneck speeds. I've already launched the RC chopper. She won't know what hit her. Whatever you say, Poodle.
Then that's just what we'll do. A well-placed bomb down the train's smokestack will knock it loose. Just make sure to take some cover. Stand clear, Sly. This might be messy. Sly! Sly! You okay? Okay, so here's what we know. 1. Arpeggio's blimp is on its way to pick up a battery from Jean Bisson. And 2. The only way we'll get a crack at Arpeggio's clockwork brain is by finding a way to sneak aboard his blimp. True, but first things first. This lumber camp isn't on any of my maps. I need you to poke around and take some recon photos. They'll help to get my sensors oriented. In anticipation of the icy climate, I took the liberty of modifying your cane. It can now separate into 2 smaller canes, useful for ice climbing. Try ascending to the top of that sheet of ice. Just jump and hit the circle button to dig in. The wild bears in the area have been tagged with radio tracking devices. If you can snag enough of them, we should be able to set up a receiver array around Jean Bisson's house. The first step is crawling into that bear cave and stealing the goods. The radio transmitters have all been tagged in their mouths. You'll have to sneak up and pickpocket it while they're yawning. Stay clear of the thin, crackly ice. Walking on it is sure to wake the bears. To form a receiver array, you'll have to place the radio transmitters in precise locations around Jean Bisson's base of operations. Once you're in position, hit the circle button to place the transmitter. Sly, I've detected what appears to be an ancient guide to log chopping that might be useful for the Lumberjack games. Unfortunately, it's frozen deep in an ice wall. That industrial laser is used to cut through petrified logs. If it could be bounced out that window, with your help, I should be able to harness its energy to melt the ice wall and free the book. There should be a switch on the other side of this wall. Throw it and then head outside. Now, to get that laser pointed at the ice wall, you'll need to alter its direction with the crystals I put in your pouch. Stand clear, Sly. Something else is coming out of the deep freeze. I've never seen such a majestic creature. So full of life, so ready to live. So much for that, he's back in the deep freeze. Rumor has it that several off-duty guards meet in that cabin for an RC combat club. That lighthouse is the conduit for collecting the northern lights. We need to shut it down, or the silo battery will continue to fill with energy, making it impossible for us to stow away inside. Actually, this job will require all 3 of our skills. The front door is locked, and you're the only one capable of climbing up to the hatch on top. Once inside, sneak down to the ground floor and let us in. We'll help you finish the job.
Not quite that simple, Murray. I'll reverse the energy flow from the control computer while you lift the main circuit breaker. That should give Sly a short window of opportunity to climb up the power lines and overload the system from the top. To prepare it for travel, we'll have to drain off its northern light energy. By attaching a boat's grappling hook to the top of the silo, we should be able to deplete power from the battery. Once on board, I'll hack into its steering controls and move the vessel close enough to fire its grappling hook. 3 should suffice. Once the first line's attached, Murray and I will commandeer another boat. You should stay in position.
In order to overcome Jean Bisson in the Lumberjack games, we'll need to enlist the help of the giant Canadian eagles. Their nest is out on that iceberg. Steal one of the eggs, and then bring it safely back to the safe house. We'll use it to direct the eagle's protective instincts against Bisson. Why swim when you can paraglide? With the oil mains all destroyed, the pent-up combustible materials have just caught fire. Just make sure to stay out of the fire. Get too close and old Grizzleface will be eating barbecued raccoon for dinner.
Excuse me, sir. We humble lumberjacks would like to participate in your lumberjack games. Much obliged, partner. We'll just take our positions for the competition. Ingenious! When all three judges have been restrained, we'll be able to don our disguises and take their place at the judges' table. Sly, you can use the alarm clock gadget to distract the judges and lure them into the cave. Oh, my aching head. Those talons really pack a punch. Sly! Murray! Wake up! This looks like the sawmill control room. Bisson must have thrown us in here for interrogation later. I, for one, would like to escape before he returns. Unless what? I think I could squeeze through there. I'll drop down and try to free you guys from the outside. If there's any trouble, I'll call with this walkie-talkie. You might be able to help me with these sawmill controls. I'll be fine. Just give me a moment to catch my breath. Well, I just dropped my glasses, had to come pick them up. You sold all the clockwork parts? Arpeggio has them all? That's it. Time I showed you just how stupid we turtles really are. Sly, on my command. Prepare yourself, Bisson. En garde. Once again, brains triumph over brawn. Okay, enough patting ourselves on the back. If we're going to get the clockwork parts back, we need to get onto that blimp.
My instruments have picked up large magnetic fields radiating from inside that blimp. If Arpeggio's already started reassembling clockwork, that's where you'll find him. Don't waste any time here, Sly. Get to the blimp and take some recon photos. To build the plan, we need to know how close they are to reviving clockwork. I had no idea they could reassemble clockwork so fast. You're right. We need to be informed to create a plan of action. Try to get a shot of Clockwork's head, a mech egg, and one of those spinning magnetic inducers. They seem important to the procedure, but stay away from the guards. If you get detected, we won't have time for a second chance. I don't need to study those photos to see the writing on the wall. Clearly, Neela and Arpeggio have conspired together to rebuild Clockwork, and it looks like they're dangerously close to realizing their goal. Well, those magnetic inducers seem to be holding the parts together. If you reverse their polarity, it should pull Clockwork apart. Unfortunately, the inducer speed control station is locked down tight. Pickpocket keys from the 4 patrolling guards to get at it. Then you'll need to manually reverse the polarity of each inducer deck at the top of their rotation.